First half wasn't bad, pretty good to start the game. Fouling kind of kept them in the game, I thought, in the first half. Then the second half, too easy at the rim. They started putting their head down. Those I thought we guarded pretty well in the first half. Second half, we did not.
They only had 9 turnovers. Why do you think they were able to protect the ball so well, and what did that do for you guys?
Yeah, that's one of our strengths lately is we've been forcing turnovers at a pretty good rate. Give them some credit. Our shell probably wasn't tight enough the second half to make them make second or third passes, which can lead to turnovers. A little bit too much direct drives, but give them credit.
Megan.
Before the game, you talked about Will kind of figuring it out and you wanted to put the ball in his hand a little bit more.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was your primary tonight. How do you feel he handled the pressure and his reading and reacting versus the last couple of games on that progress?
Yeah, pretty good. You saw him and obviously finished down the stretch, but initiated, played pick and roll, made good reads. Saw J.𝗎𝗓 do the same thing. Was really impressed with J.𝗎𝗓, how he was handling, initiating the offense. Something we want to see out of him tonight. I thought it pretty impressive against one of the better on-ball defenders in Shed. Some good stuff there.
Tristan had a couple of really nice passes, and I know since you've had him, you've been impressed with his passing ability, but just at his sheer size, being able to see the game the way he does, what makes him such a threat as a facilitator?
You got to guard him, first of all, so that takes your big out of the paint, and then he can find cutters, and he's been doing that since we got him. Found cutters tonight versus their switching. He's always had that.
Hey, Coach. Piggybacking on Megan's question with J.𝗎𝗓, do you see a more expansive offensive role for him rather than the defensive glue guy kind of playing more like Justin Champagnie?
I think this is stuff you're learning. This is the great stuff of this time of the year. Like, I already saw the secondary ball handling, the playmaking, the short rolls. I think he can really pass. Now you're seeing him initiating offense. So this is what this is about. We're learning about these guys and seeing what he can do under pressure. I was really impressed with what he did tonight.
Brian, what has J.𝗎𝗓 done to improve as a shooter? How has that occurred?
Work. I mean, he's not like anybody else on our team, but we have a bunch of guys who work. They're in the gym constantly, coming back, shooting at night sometimes. These guys really work at it. So we gave him confidence. We told him we wanted him to shoot when he was open, and he's put the time in, but he deserves all the credit.
Has he made any sort of mechanical adjustments?
I think it's just getting, I think a lot of guys just getting used to the NBA line. Like, it's different. He was hesitating a little bit at the beginning of the year, but now he's not. He lets it fly when he's open, and I think that's just the confidence of the repetition that he's put in.
We see the offensive talent for Tristan, and we see the improvement in terms of blocks, shots contested, steals, that kind of activity.
Yeah.
What are the qualities that he needs to improve to become a better defensive rebounder?
I think that he's made a big jump this year. You said that those categories are really impressive. He's in the top percentile in terms of disrupting the games and steals and blocks and deflections. He gets his hands a lot of balls. Now it's learning how to finish it off possessions, and that's a normal thing. Like, when you're a big man, you're doing so much helping, and then you got to come back, rebound, multiple efforts type of stuff. But that's unnatural growth of any big. You're so much involved in every action, both offensively and defensively. That's just part of his growth.
Yeah, I feel like it's helping my game progress a lot, like over time, just dealing with, especially when smaller guards are guarding me, I feel like it's helping me progress, just tighten up my handle, making reads under pressure. I feel like it's a lot different than practice. I'm actually getting in-game reps. So yeah, it's been helping me a lot.
And I know you're getting more minutes lately, but you've had basically all of your best free throw attempt games in the month of February. What are you learning about generating free throws and what it takes to do that at this level?
Yeah, I know, like, because I'm like one of the skinnier guys are gonna try and get up under me, try and be ultra aggressive with me. So I can only use that to like my advantage and just create off the bumps, that type of stuff. Guys are gonna be super handsy. Just making reads off that to draw fouls have been helping me a lot.
Will, I know it's been a progression, kind of piggybacking off of Chase's first question with you having the ball in your hands. BK talked about after the Atlanta game and before tonight's game, just you getting more comfortable of making the right reads and knowing where to put it. How much do you feel yourself in the course of a game starting to see things transpire quicker for yourself to make that right read? Because BK has always said that you have a great IQ of the game and processing it?
Yeah, I feel like that's been a thing. Like my IQ, I feel like that's something that I haven't been taught. I feel like I just naturally had that. So just combining that with my skill set, I feel like progressing over the year, getting stronger. I feel like all that is a combination of my work and my effort. So I feel like just progressing throughout the year has been helping me, and coach is starting to see that, and he's starting to put me in the right position to succeed, and he's pushing me to get better each and every day.
Noticed that post game, you and RJ had a nice moment, said a couple words. What is it like, just because there's not many of you in the NBA that are Canadian? What is it like kind of going head to head with another fellow Canadian who potentially in the future you could end up as national team teammates? I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, playing against guys like that. Those type of guys help pave the way for us younger guys who are Canadian. So, guys like that, watching them when you're growing up definitely helps. And, he's a really, really good player, a really good guy as well.
Will, piggybacking on the offensive progression, I know I've asked you at a go-go game just about your background with playing point guard. With everything that's been happening last couple of games, do you see that possibly as, like, if needed, as a role that you could possibly fill, like just backing up as a point guard?
I feel like with me, I feel like any position that coach puts me in, I'm gonna try and win. There's not really a set position for me. I feel like I'm just whatever coach puts me out there, I'm gonna try my best and do my best to help the team win.
Will, where do you feel like you've made your biggest progressions since the end of summer league?
Yeah, I feel like making the right reads, my ball handling skills, I feel like have helped me just get into the gaps, that type of thing. Just not forcing it as much. I feel like just a lot about making the right reads has helped me.
Well, what have you seen in Trey, over the course of this season? Obviously, you guys came into the draft together. So what, just growth-wise, what have you seen from him?
Yeah, no, he's an amazing player, obviously. He's also like a really good teammate. Like he really wants to see guys succeed. He's always gonna encourage guys, and he's gonna also tell you when you're doing wrong, which I appreciate in a teammate. And he's a great kid. He's also he's just an amazing work ethic. Like he's always in the gym, always one of the last guys in there with me, and he's always competing, which I appreciate.
Happy to.
Well, even in a loss, is there a certain positive takeaway you can have from tonight? Scoring 19 against a bigger Toronto team with wings like Barrett and Barnes, Ingram, or a big like 𝗙𝗏.
Yeah, obviously, it sucks that we lost, that type of stuff, but you could always take a positive out of it, just see the growth that our team's gotten. We played 11 guys tonight, so, everybody got to, show what they could do. Everybody got opportunity, so it's just important that we're all growing as a team, as a unit, and, I feel like that's a positive.
And I think you guys held a lead as much as 13 in the first quarter. So, and you guys won, beat Toronto early in the season. So, what are some ways that, you can, extend that out to the full game, that level of dominance and competitiveness against a team that is playoff bound like the Raptors?
Yeah, I feel like our energy kind of shifted a little bit, but I don't feel like we really played too bad. I feel like we were playing pretty good. They were just hitting tough shots. They were making the right reads. We could have been a little better at not fouling them. They got to the line a lot. There's a little things like that just led to it, but I feel like we played pretty good basketball. They just made more shots than us.
Hey, Will. The other day, Trey, he was mentioning that your scoring package is getting more fluid every night. What's been clicking for you? What's been working? And how have you been improving in that area?
Honestly, just staying after practice, asking questions, watching a lot of film has definitely helped me. Just watching film with my coaches, my trainer, that type of stuff definitely helps. It's like getting in-game reps, just watching how guys move, how I move, and just being in the gym, getting stronger, that type of stuff. I feel like has helped my game come to the next level.